fucking cunt bag. Anyway, the question was, name a good politician. But look, there's a lot of good politicians for a week or two. I mean, sometimes
give me
good.
one.
Well, for a week or two, Ted Kennedy was good for a week or two, like in 1974, and then in 1983 he was pretty damn good for 3 weeks.
And then he wrecked.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, there was lots of fucking little moments where they actually shine. But yeah, I can't, off the top of my head, you know, I don't like politicians much. All right, Jerry Brown's pretty good.
Do you think?
But you know,
do you think it's the politician, or do you think it's the system that ends up corrupting them, or are they just corrupt from their?
No, they're not corrupt. They're fucking liar and baby kissers. I mean, that's how they get elected. So yeah, it's the people that are the fucking problem. They elect ass. Look, if people could do it, they elect Fred from YouTube, right? He'd be president, right? I mean, look, people, you know. People are assholes. The people are the problem.
No, I think it's who we're asked to vote for more than what people would vote for. Just
no, if somebody ran and said, look, I'm going to break this and fix it, they're not going to get elected because nobody wants to fix it. People like the corruption because most people are taking advantage of the corruption. It's like the whole cigarette tax thing. It's been a big fat lie. It's been premised on a lie, but most people want it because they know they're paying less taxes because they're making the fucking cigarette smokers pay more taxes. And so that's why they like it.
Obama actually had a decent opportunity to do that, and he still ended up screwing it up. I mean, that just tells you how corrupt the governmentality of the government is.
I don't think it's, like I said, it's not the mentality of the government, it's the mentality of the voters, okay? The voters, it's like, you can't blame television on anything more than people. People made television shit. People made politics shit. People elect liars. They want somebody to lie to them. Look, Ronald Reagan ran for president premised on all kinds of bullshit. I'm going to build you a big space bubble and we'll be protected from missiles and stuff.
4 years and then got reelected.
I'm going to lower your taxes and I'm going to spend more money on bombs and I'm going to do all... I mean, it's just fucking bullshit. Miles and miles of bullshit, and people bought it. They said they just ate it up. They said, oh, he's promising us a shiny city on a hill. Let's all go there.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, is like, if we were voting directly on policy, then they wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't be a shiny thing on the hill, it would be spelled out, and we'd all know exactly what we're voting for.
If we had a Congress that wasn't owned by the Democrats and the Republicans, then we'd have exactly what we need. But this idea of direct democracy will not work because people will write stupid legislation, and you fucking know it. We've had this argument already. They'll vote,
but the people
will vote for shit. People, if you put it on the ballot tomorrow, let's lower all taxes. Let's lower all taxes. People say, yes, I'm for it. Yes, lower my taxes. They'll take no responsibility for the consequence. No responsibility for the consequences. It just doesn't fucking work.
Should be lowered.
I'm not going to argue with you old hacks, okay? Taxes should be... What do you do first? Do you cut the spending first, or do you lower taxes first? Which one is the rational move?
Cut spending first, of course.
Do you think the people will do that first? No,
yes,
they won't.
Of course.
No, they won't.
That's the problem.
Oh, you're full of shit and you know it.
It depends on where they're cutting spending and where they're increasing taxes, really.
The military.
Yeah, even the military, you know you're not going to win. Okay, people will vote against a war, but they're not going to vote to hurt the soldiers or to put them in any jeopardy. Then they're certainly not going to vote to close a military base that's employing their nephew and their Uncle Jimmy. That ain't going to happen. So it's all bullshit. You get rid of the fucking geographic biased districts, you get rid of the pork, and you have instant runoff voting, you fix the fucking system, and then you have real politicians that do real arguing on the floor of the Congress, and you get real fucking legislation. But until that's the only way to do it. You can't run the government on paragraphs of bullshit, and that's all the people are prepared to read. They're not going to know enough about the consequences of what they're voting for. They're going to vote for bullshit, and then you're going to end up with bullshit law.
Well, what if it's a simple issue, though? Then it could be addressed simply.
There are no simple issues. As much as you like to think there are, there really aren't. I mean, even drug legalization is not that simple, okay? Because you got to have some kind of procedure to do something to stop people from, you know, driving while they're stoned and all that other crap. There still has to be laws against that shit, and so it gets complicated. We don't have enough of those laws. I mean, illicit drugs, there really aren't that many, I mean, explicit laws about, you know, how we're going to test people for them, how we're going to do all the rest of that stuff. And if you're going to make them legal, you're going to have to do that shit. Because the only thing that's stopping it now is the fact that it's illegal. You make it legal, then you're going to have to make it illegal to use it under certain circumstances. Well, I'm just saying that's what's going to have to take place. It's going to be a trade-off. And I'm just saying that this stupid paragraph legislation doesn't deal with the trade-offs.
Well, we're gonna have legal marijuana, so I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, what else? I mean, again, I don't want to argue with you. I mean, this one issue bullshit just really pisses me off. I mean,
it ain't one issue though.
Well, it is. It is. You're so fucking obsessed with this stupid pot question. Like that's the answer to all the world's problems.
No, that's
just make
just
pot
a
legal.
good example of it working.
No, it's a terrible example because it doesn't work because we saw it in proposition. We can go right down the list of all the California propositions that have been a huge motherfucking failure.
Not so much.
Yeah, not so much. Right. You're only the most bankrupt state in the country, and you're going to say not so much.
That's because we have to give 60% of our economy to the rest of the country. It's like the rest of the country is a goddamn welfare state, and they're living off of our fucking money.
Oh, bullshit. Your state
Hollywood,
has,
San Francisco, and now we're
state,
going to legalize marijuana.
The Hoover Dam,
So
the Hoover
rich.
Dam. Yeah, we can talk about all the things that were done that made California, okay? So let's not get into this stupid argument, all right? But it's just bullshit. California is a mess. Yeah, well, and how much did the government bail out California? I'm curious. I don't even know the numbers. I mean, I know the government spent $20 billion to pay off state debt. I mean, what percentage of that went to California? I'm just saying it's the way to fix the problem is to fix the politics. Give people a real choice so they aren't stuck with Democrats and Republicans. You do that, then you'll have some kind of change. And then maybe you can do, I mean, I'm not even opposed. Like I said, I think it'd be really great to have non-binding referendums, but the idea of writing law that the average person will understand is just insane.
Well, just as you need more examples of it working, I need more examples of your idea working, like where we've had honest politicians.
Well, I'm afraid we've never tried my idea, so how the fuck can I demonstrate how it works when it's never been done?
Well, the basis of your idea is
it's like my idea. No, the basis of my idea is just the same idea as my basic idea about the education system and the rest of these things. Like I said, all I need to do is, yes, let's do the experiment, and I'll prove the case. But I mean, how do you do the experiment? You need a state to do it. You need some legislative body to actually do this, to actually give people an affirmative vote, and so the guy can only be in office based on affirmative fucking votes, and so you get rid of this stupid all or nothing system. I mean, it's not that big a change, but it's a change to make a huge goddamn difference.